Aloha guys, welcome back to my channel. Mermaid Nina here. Well, I'm back with an updates video. It's been a while since I've done one of these, but Disney recently put out a pretty big update for this summer. So we're gonna talk about that and all the things happening right now. So anything between right now, which is the end of March, April, through summer, we're gonna do a Walt Disney World updates video. So if you are planning your vacations, well, anytime soon, these are the things you might wanna know about and plan for. And I'm pretty excited about a few of them. So are you guys ready? Yeah, for my updates video. I do these usually about every month, but sometimes I'll skip a month if there really isn't much information to update. But boy, do I have information for you. So let's get going. First thing is the biggest update that just recently came out about a week or two ago. Disney is apparently celebrating summer this year with a lot of large summertime celebrations. There's actually something happening at each of the 4 parks. So if you are going sometime this summer, most of these are somewhere between June and September, then take note because these things may in fact make your trip more exciting. Are you ready? First thing here is Hollywood Studios. So the big thing happening at Hollywood Studios this summer is they are gonna celebrate the Inside Out 2 movie coming out. So that movie is coming out this summer, and in honor and celebration of that, they are celebrating Pixar's Inside Out by actually moving Joy, Joy, from Epcot all the way to Hollywood Studios so that she can hang out with her other Inside Out and Pixar pals. Now with this is gonna be, well, merchandise, yes, always merchandise, right? Some sweet treats, and they're gonna have a new selfie spot. So I'm sensing lots of Instagrams coming soon of the new Pixar Place area, which, like I said, will feature Joy. Now, something tells me more things are coming. They just haven't announced it yet. But something about this summer is blooming at Disney World. So Joy is going to be starting June 10th. So right now, like I said, she's usually at Epcot in the Figment area, but she's going to move over to Hollywood Studios this summer. Next thing up is Epcot. Now, Epcot, if you haven't known this, has been undergoing a huge change for the past few years. They've renamed some of the lands. They renamed them to the point where I haven't even caught on yet. Like, I'm just like Hollywood Studios, still calling it MGM Studios. Epcot renamed some of the lands because of the construction and things that they're building. Well, it turns out that the big thing they're kind of building in the center of Epcot in the Future World Showcase, or what used to be known as the Future World Showcase, is almost done. So they have been adding new little trinkets of things here and there, but the big building is opening this summer, so we're gonna talk about it. First, they're telling us, that we can finally talk about BRUNO, guys. Yes, BRUNO from Encanto. What does that mean? Well, that means starting June 10th, runs all the way to September 6th, they're gonna have an Encanto sing-along. Yeah? Featuring BRUNO and Mirabel. So Celebration Encanto is coming to Epcot. But where is it gonna happen? Well, it's gonna happen in the new Community Core building, the new Community Core stage building. That is where they're gonna do the sing-along. Now, the Community Core, Core, yeah, it's kind of weird, is the building that they've been building kind of just past Spaceship Earth. So the big ball at Epcot, kind of in the middle there. It's this huge building, and they haven't really told us a lot of what was going on with it. Well, that's coming out too. So that's going to be called the Community Core Hall, and that's finally going to be open June 10th as well. Well, what's going to be inside this so-called Community Core Hall? Yeah, so it's going to be a huge indoor space for guests, right? But they kept calling it a cool indoor space. Does that mean it's going to be cooling for us? Epcot is so unbelievably hot, especially in the summer. Having a place to cool off sounds absolutely fantastic to me. Inside is also going to be beautiful scenic view. So again, I'm expecting more Instagram photos from inside Community Core Hall. And they're actually going to relocate Mickey and Friends. So Mickey and Friends are going to have their own big entrance and area inside Community Core Hall, along with a new giant mural celebrating all things that are Epcot. So again, more Instagram photos. So all these things are going to be inside that big building that is actually kind of behind the Moana, the Journey into Water with Moana, so inspired by Moana. So it's all going to be in that kind of like centrally located area just behind Spaceship Earth. But for those of you who haven't really been to Epcot recently, they've already added Walt the Dreamer. This is the Walt statue, and he's just kind of got this expression on his face like he's happy and he's imagining what is to come, right? Walt loved progress. He always said his parks were never, ever, ever going to be finished because he constantly wants to update them, right? And move with the times. And I absolutely love this statue. I had the honor of meeting Walt the Dreamer, right? A few months back. Absolutely loved it. But he is placed inside a huge gardens area. Well, apparently the gardens area isn't complete. They're going to update more and add more garden area around Community Core Hall. So I expect a lot more gardens, so places for you to sit, cool off, relax, hang out with Walt. They already added the fountain, the big fountain that's right in front of the Spaceship Earth, or the big golf ball, right? And of course, Journey of Water, inspired by Moana, has already opened. And if you don't know anything about that, it is an open walking pace tour, self-guided tour of this experience. There are places where you can get super soaked and some places where you may just get a little splashed. For us anyway, my shoes got a little damp, nothing crazy, but it's definitely a self-guided go at your own pace. Sadly, when we went, it was crowded, so unbelievably crowded. Again, it's new. I'm hoping here in a few months it will die down and I can actually really enjoy the experience without all the people, yeah, but it's absolutely beautiful. The imagery and stuff they built in there is absolutely gorgeous. The way you can interact with water is very much exciting. They have this waterfall thing where you actually walk through a waterfall of water and it stops just as you get under the water, and as soon as you pass through, the water comes back down. Absolutely fabulous, the technology they put inside Journey of Water, inspired by Moana. So make sure you check that out. That's also at Epcot, as is the Connections Eatery. One of my favorite places to eat at Epcot is actually the Connections Eatery. They have a cafe as well, which is code for Starbucks, right? So Epcot has basically been building up this area for a while. They are trying to make Epcot something more people go to, and it's an all-day park. Epcot's got a bad rap. I cannot tell you how many people tell me Epcot's not for kids. Epcot's a half-day park. We have found this not to be the case. My family loves Epcot. We go to Epcot more than one time in a single trip. We absolutely love it. And the fact that they're adding in these new areas in the Future World area, or the front part of the park, is absolutely fabulous. So yes, cannot wait for more Epcot, but especially the Encanto celebration starting June 10th through September 6th, featuring Bruno. So we finally get to talk about Bruno, which is pretty darn exciting. Next here is Animal Kingdom. Now this year at Animal Kingdom, we're gonna be celebrating Lion King's 30th anniversary. Yes, Lion King has been out for 30 years, and this summer, yes, Animal Kingdom will be celebrating that. So not only can you go see the Festival of the Lion King show, yes, that's happening now, but it's a fabulous show. Again, we're gonna be celebrating the Lion King, but what's new here, yes, merchandise, and yes, special treats, and yes, an adorable Pumbaa popcorn bucket. Yeah, who's getting that? But they are bringing back Timon and Rafiki to meet guests. Absolutely love this. You used to be able to meet Rafiki over at Rafiki's Planet Watch. COVID happened, they took Rafiki away. Rafiki hasn't been back. So absolutely love that they're putting Timon and Rafiki in there. So this is gonna be starting again June 10th. A lot of these things are June 10th through September 6th. Again, Lion King, merchandise, treats, popcorn, and Timon and Rafiki will be in Rafiki's Planet Watch. How do you get there? Well, you ride the Wildlife Express train. You go all the way to Rafiki's Planet Watch. They're usually indoors inside the Conservation Station Center. It's a big building with a bathroom. So yes, you can meet Timon and Rafiki there. And while you're in that building, you can actually learn how to draw some of your favorite Lion King characters from a Disney animator known as the Animation Experience, which is also happening now, but they're gonna adjust it to Lion King characters come this summer. Again, June 10th through September 6th. Now, I keep saying June 10th. Joy is coming out June 10th. Bruno Mirabel stage show, June 10th. Lion King celebration, June 10th. Anyone know where I'm going with this? So the big thing to the Summertime celebration, I think the whole reason for this is what's happening at Magic Kingdom. Tiana's The Big Easy celebration. Now they haven't really talked about it, but they keep referencing to it. And I keep imagining like a jazz band with Louis and, you know, lots of beignets everywhere and this big old big time, right? But they're not really talking about it. What they did tell us, however, is that Tiana's Bayou adventure is opening up in, again, Disney World this summer. So June 10th, Joy. June 10th, Bruno and Mirabel. June 10th, Rafiki and Timon. What are the odds that Tiana's Bayou Adventure is also going to be June 10th? You heard it first here, guys. Anyway, again, this is me just speculating. They gave us no date for Tiana's Bayou Adventure, just that it is coming out this summer. So absolutely excited for that. I know we're all going to miss our Splash Mountain. I know it. People loved that ride. But I have a feeling once Tiana's is up and working, right, we're gonna fall in love with this ride just as much. I personally really love that movie. I have always loved The Princess and the Frog. I love that movie, love the character of Tiana, love the critters, love the whole thing, love the music, the storyline, ugh. So I am personally very excited to see how Tiana is gonna take over Magic Kingdom. So yes, that is what happens this summer for all four of those parks. Again, Magic Kingdom, they keep talking about it. I'm waiting. They keep giving us a little bit of dibbles of information about Tiana's Bayou Adventure, and I'm waiting to finally hear about like this big celebration that's coming to Magic Kingdom. So stay tuned, guys. But that's, like I said, what's happening at the theme parks. But they also mentioned something that's gonna happen at Disney Springs for the summertime celebration. Now, the cool thing about this is Disney Springs is free. You do not need a park ticket to go to Disney Springs. So if you're just hanging out in Orlando, you're not even going to Disney World, you can absolutely do this at Disney Springs. Now, what is happening to Disney Springs? Well, they're getting a drone. Yeah, I said drone experience. It's going to be called Disney Dreams That Soar. Now, I am personally very excited for this. I do believe it's Disneyland Paris. They have a huge drone show in the evening that happens over their castle. It is breathtaking. I'm imagining these drones are going to be crazy, moving about with lights and dancing in the sky, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. Disney promises music, famous Disney quotes, and of course, drones. And like I said, as beautiful as Paris is in the night when they use their drones, I can only imagine what Disney Springs is going to look like now. This is happening a little bit sooner than June 10th. This is actually going to start May 24th, so here very, very soon, and it's going to run through September 2nd. So again, you're headed to Disney World anytime May to September. Make sure you check out Disney Springs for the Disney Dreams That Soar drone experience. And for those who want to know where it's located, it's going to happen on the west side of Disney Springs. So yes, I think I'm gonna have to add Disney Springs to my summer vacation because I definitely need to check that out. So yes, that is the big summertime celebrations that Disney World has recently announced per all four parks and Disney Springs. But who's ready to move on? Now, just recently outside of the summertime celebration area, They did give us information about Tiana's Bayou Adventure, so let's talk about that. Again, opens up this summer, June 10th, I don't know, at Disney World. Sadly, Disneyland, they just keep saying later for you. We don't have a time frame. It's usually based on how quickly they can get things working, and then all of a sudden they surprise us with a date. But yes, Disneyland, you are coming soon. Disney World this summer. So what can we look forward to? Well, they recently showcased some new animatronics. Tiana herself, and by the way, she looks gorgeous. I cannot wait to see her in person. They also are testing vehicles right now. That's right. If you are at Magic Kingdom right now, you can actually see Imagineers going down the big drop and going through the waterways there in the river boat raft. I don't even know what they're going to call it, log ride things. They're testing them right now. So again, not for guests, no sneak previews, nothing like that. But the Imagineers are 100% testing ride vehicles, the water, the drop, the whole thing, which is very, very exciting. They've also been adding more props and decorations in the Tiana area. So after the drop, the boats usually go around a little circle area. They've added more decorations in there. If you go in the back, getting closer to the railroad station, they've been adding more props and decorations in there. So it is definitely coming to life. They have already added the water tower and the tiara, and there's like a lot of greenery and vegetables. Vegetables have been popping up in that area as well. So yes, they are definitely getting ready for the grand opening this summer. So yes, new animatronics. They are testing the vehicles. Water is back in the water area, and it is uber exciting. And now just a couple of days ago, they announced some new characters that will be featured in Tiana's Bayou Adventure. And yeah, we're talking critters. I love that. I love that they're bringing back critters. To me, Splash Mountain was filled with critters, and we always called it Critter Country. Well, at least at Disneyland, it's called Critter Country. So I absolutely love that they're putting critters back into this area. So yeah, Tiana's Bayou Adventure is gonna have critters in the form of a musical band. Apparently, Tiana's having a grand celebration, right? And she needed a band. Well, Louis was in charge. Louis took a while. He finally got some critters together, and they're gonna be a band within the ride. And of course, all the critters have names, and they're absolutely adorable. So yes, we can start celebrating these new characters. And love this part. If you fall in love with the critters so much, you can absolutely get them in plush form. I love that Disney is thinking about merchandise now, because I can't tell you how many times they've put out a ride and we were like, where's the merchandise? Did you not think this was gonna be popular? I love that they're thinking about it now in advance, and that we can soon cuddle up with some critter plush via Tiana's Bayou Adventure. So yes, that's the big updates here. They are working on it. They are sharing little, things about the ride to get us excited. But yes, watching the Imagineers test the drop, yes, that is uber duper exciting. So yes, Tiana's Bayou Adventure this summer, maybe June 10th. You heard it from me again. I don't know anything. All right, next thing up, we're gonna leave all that alone, right? We're gonna talk about the Fort Wilderness cabins. Now, these are the cabins inside Disney's camping resort known as Fort Wilderness. So Fort Wilderness is made up of camping sites where you can actually go in, pop up a tent, or have like an RV trailer thing. Or you can get family, 1-bedroom cabins. Well, Disney decided to take those cabins and basically redo them. Gut the whole thing and rebuild some awesome, updated, modern cabins. And let me tell you, they are adorable. They are definitely campy and adventure feeling, right? So you definitely feel like you're camping, but they've incorporated touches of our favorite Disney characters. So you definitely feel like you're on Disney property, just that you're camping. And that's what they feel like. They're their own little cabins, 1-bedroom little cabins with the full-on kitchen. They usually have a grill so you can grill your own food, and a little deck area. Just like if you were camping, you just happen to be doing it on Disney property. Well, Disney decided, sadly, to make those cabins DVC. But the thing about DVC is, well, anyone can book them. I have already been booking these cabins for my clients. They are not exclusive to DVC members. They are just called DVC cabins. Usually what that means is DVC will have the option to book them before other people, but they are out now for you to book with the starting date of September 27th, which means starting September 27th, you can actually live in the new cabins. Up until that point, you're probably going to get the older cabin because they are updating them in stages, but you can book the new cabins now. When you go to book on the website, it actually talks about the DVC cabins versus the regular cabins. But yes, starting September 27th, you can actually get inside a new updated cabin. Absolutely love them. They are absolutely gorgeous. I book them all the time for clients. They're just like a nice little peaceful getaway, and you have your own little spot, right? You're not in a big building hotel with other people. You're in your own little nook, your own little area with your own kitchen. Absolutely love that. Next thing up here is Star Wars fans. Yes, Star Tours, as promised, is finally getting new lands and characters. In fact, this is all happening very, very soon. April 5th, when you go ride Star Tours, you are gonna see new lands and new characters. What am I talking about? I am talking about Ahsoka Tano, right? Andor and the Mandalorian. But the Mandalorian is not just Mando himself. I'm talking about the child, baby Yoda, Grogu. Yes, you can absolutely, positively, you never know because all the scenes are random and they change. You could get inside your Star Tours vehicle and experience your time there with Ahsoka, Andor, or Mandalorian characters. So absolutely love this. And yes, this is at Disney World and Disneyland, both of them at the same time. Again, April 5th. Star Tours, new scenes, new characters, gotta love it. I'm personally very, very excited, especially Grogu. Like, who doesn't love Baby Yoda? He just melted our hearts as soon as he came on stage. Anyway, next thing here is 1900 Park Fair is back, finally. Well, it's almost back, coming soon, really, really soon. This was like the final character meet and greet dining experience that we were waiting for. This is actually at the Grand Floridian Resort, which is easy to get to via the monorail. So if you are at Epcot or Magic Kingdom for the day, just hop on the monorail and you can go to the Grand Floridian and then dine at 1900 Park Fair. But note, it has changed or will be changing from its previous situation. So previously, usually you would meet the stepsisters while you're eating, right? Anastasia and Drizella, along with the stepmother herself, and then oftentimes Prince Charming and Cinderella. Well, this has changed. So please don't go into it thinking it's a Cinderella experience, because it's not. It was usually different breakfast. You could eat with Wonderland characters like Mary Poppins, Alice in Wonderland, the Mad Hatter, sometimes Winnie the Pooh, and then in the evening it was the stepsisters and the Cinderella experience. This has changed. And really, we don't know what's going to happen till it opens up, but just note that they're saying it's going to be different. And of course, this also means an updated menu. So look at the app and check out the menu. But they are bringing back some of our favorites, right? So don't get too scared. They're actually going to feature the strawberry soup just like always. But this is what you need to know. You need to book your reservations now, or you can book your reservations now 60 days in advance. But the restaurant is actually opening April 10th. So like I said, coming very, very soon, April 10th. Now, which characters are they mentioning? I already told you what it used to be. What are they saying the characters are going to be? Well, first they mentioned Princess Tiana, which I love, but they purposely mentioned her Bayou look. I find this very interesting. They're going to take Tiana, and I'm assuming her like adventure outfit, which is adorable, but they're moving it to 1900 Park Fair. It just, I don't know, it's a little weird to me. Let me know in the comments. But they are going to have Aladdin, but Aladdin as Prince Aladdin. So Aladdin in his prince attire. So if Aladdin's going to be in his prince attire, wouldn't Princess Tiana be in her princess attire? They also mentioned Mirabelle, which is pretty exciting, and Cinderella. So again, Cinderella, who I assume is going to be in a ball gown. Prince Aladdin is in his prince outfit, and then Tiana in her Bayou outfit. I would love to see actually Tiana in her like flapper, jazz band, dress, like the really sequency dress. Would love to see her in that. That would be super cool. I think Tiana's Bayou look should probably be at Magic Kingdom, right? Let me know in the comments. Anyone else find that a little odd that we've got ball gowns and Prince Aladdin and then Bayou look instead of princess look? Or I don't know. I digress. But 1900 Park Fair is back. That was the big character meal that everyone was missing out on. Again, Grand Floridian, opening April 10th. You can make reservations now. Next thing up is, well, the My Disney Experience app. I talk about it all the time. I have a whole video on nothing but the app to learn it, know it, do it, all the things. But they have done the most amazing update. And we have to talk about it because it's absolutely awesome. And this is for Disney World and Disneyland. So Disneyland has their own app. Disney World has their own app. They're very similar. This update went to both. They've made dining reservations so much easier to get. So before, when you would go to make a dining reservation, let's say we're gonna look up, well, let's look up 1900 Park Fair. We go to look up 1900 Park Fair and we have to keep looking at each individual day. April 1st, April 2nd, booked, nothing available. Now we get to look at 10 days worth of dates. So if you're going to Disney World for a week, and rather than looking up every day within your week individually, you can look at your whole week at one time and you see, oh my gosh, it's only available for one day at one time, and you quickly grab it. And then you adjust all your other reservations or restaurant ideas accordingly. This is how you book dining reservations. You start with the one you want the most, or the one that's the most popular. You do the new dining reservations where you look up your whole week's worth. You find it, oh my gosh, it's only available one day out of the whole week. You quickly grab it, get it. Then you adjust all your other dining reservations accordingly based on the one you already got. Can't tell you how amazing this is. It used to be so annoying. I would have to check each individual day, each individual restaurant, and oh my gosh, it took up so much time. This is so much easier. Thank you, Disney. So yes, getting dining reservations should be so much easier now because you can look at your whole vacation week's worth, up to 10 days, as opposed to one day at a time. It's still one restaurant at a time, but at least it's your whole trip's worth as opposed to what it used to be. Anyway, super duper excited about that. Next thing up here is, well, Disney World announced, oddly, I found it odd, that they opened up 2025 bookings already. So if you're interested in going to Disney World for 2025, you can do so. You can book your reservations now into October. So January through October, you can already book your Disney World vacation package and meal plan and tickets and all the things, right? I'm still booking 2024, so I don't know why they had to pop in 2025, but I digress. The thing about it, however, is they're adding a new perk for people who go in 2025. And the perk is on day of check-in. So the day you arrive to Disney World and you've checked into your Disney resort, you can, if you want to, go to a Disney Waterpark for free. Absolutely. So the thing about this perk is, yes, it sounds great. We get to go to a water park for free. Yay! But what if you flew in at night? Or what if you flew in and the park was already closed? Or you went to the water park and you came back and your room wasn't ready and you were soaking wet. All the things. So if going to a water park for free is interesting to you, make sure you get your flights early so that you can go and enjoy the water park, and then maybe not leave the water park until you get the text message that says your room's ready. Because the last thing I would personally want to do is be soaking wet. I mean, you kind of dry off a little bit at the water park and then you go on the bus to your resort and then to just hang around in the lobby even more because your room's not ready. I found it an interesting perk. I'm not necessarily against it. I think it's great if you want to go to the water park for the day, but it's not something everyone can enjoy for obvious reasons. So Just interesting thing you did there, Disney. But anyway, 2025 Disney World is open again into October, so we can definitely book that for you. And yes, I am a travel agent, which means if you are going, planning on staying on Disney property, I can hook you up, so let me know. But Disney added, they wanted to add the benefits of staying at a Disney property to their list when they did come out with this perk. So I just want to mention it to you because a lot of people ask me, what's the point of staying at a Disney World resort? I get that all the time. I personally love staying at a Disney resort. It is my favorite thing. To be in the Disney bubble is absolutely fabulous. But here's the perks. First, we're really close to the theme parks. Disney World, if you did not know, is the size of San Francisco. And if you don't know what the size of San Francisco is, well, it's huge. It's its own city. Disney World is its own city. It is not just a little park and a couple of resorts. It's humongous. So being able to stay in that bubble, in that humongous city, right? And be able to come and go is so much easier than staying outside. Like I said, it's like being in a different city. So absolutely love being super duper close to the parks. Also complimentary transportation. Once you are on Disney property, you are at your resort. Anytime you need to go to a theme park or Disney Springs, the water park, complimentary transportation, buses, boats, monorail, Skyliner, so many options, resort depending, but all that transportation is complimentary. Something they didn't mention in here is parking. Parking at your Disney resort is also free if you are a Disney resort guest. Disney resort guests also get early entry. Now this is huge, especially right now during spring break. Being able to rope drop early a theme park means you can knock out several rides before the rest of the guests enter the park. Or if you want to, you can just go to a really popular ride and get in line early. So you have choices here. You can either ride before everyone else comes in, or you can get into a really popular ride like Seven Dwarf Mine Train early and get it done. But again, Disney resort guests, all of us, get to enter the park at least 30 minutes early. That's a huge perk because it gives us the ability to do rides before the rest of the guests enter the park. And if you didn't know, deluxe resort guests actually get extra evening hours in the evening at select parks, which means you get to hang out in the parks in the evening without all the other guests. You don't have to worry about Genie Plus. You can just kind of go and run amok and ride. So again, we've got those double perks there if you are a Disney resort guest. So especially great if you're a deluxe guest, because being able to stay out in Magic Kingdom while everyone else leaves, it is so nice to be able to ride, especially if you're a night person versus a morning person. The other perk here is, of course, dining reservations. We get to make dining reservations before anyone else. We get to make our whole week's worth, or up to 10 days worth of dining reservations before anyone else, which means we only have to get up one time. We can make all of our trips worth of dining reservations in one morning. Anyone staying off property has to make it each and every day, 60 days out. So staying on property means we are most likely going to get those popular restaurants before other people because we just got to book them first. The next thing Disney mentions, of course, is recreation and fitness activities. They absolutely love bringing the Disney family together for activities and events that happen at all the Disney resorts. And of course, a lot of them do have fitness centers or jogging trails and all that kind of stuff like that. They specifically mentioned pickleball, which is pretty exciting. So yes, Disney wants you staying at their resorts. There are several perks for staying at their resorts. And of course, like I said, if you book 2025, you can go to the water park for free, only on your check-in day. And for those of you who say, I flew in late, I didn't get to go, can I use it on a different day? No, you can't. It's only on the day you check in, the day you arrive. But let's move on. We're gonna talk about Epcot for just a wee bit. Yes, so for those of you who wondered, Soaring Around the World is back at Epcot. Whether you noticed it or not, we have actually been enjoying soaring over California for the past several months. It was in honor of the 100th anniversary, which is of course over. So last month, Disney World finally did the switchback. So we are now back to soaring around the world. That is the original video that we usually see over at Epcot. But here's the question, leave it in the comments. For those of you who did see soaring over California, which one do you like best? I, being raised in California, love soaring over California. It is very, very special to me. However, I do kind of prefer soaring around the world. I don't know why. I just do. So I think I am team soaring around the world, but soaring over California does have a special place in my heart. Many of the locations we go over in the video in the ride, I have personally been to and enjoyed. So yes, but let me know in the comments, because for me it's difficult. Are you soaring around the world or are you soaring over California? Let me know. Also at Animal Kingdom, it happened a few weeks ago and I forgot to mention it. You can now meet, finally, Doug and Russell from the movie Up. This is something we could have done years ago, pre-COVID, and then they never came back this whole time. Well, finally they are back. You can meet them in the Discovery area. They have their own Wilderness Explorers little area for you to meet Doug and Russell. Super duper excited for that. It happened in between our trips, so I have yet to meet them, but I am super duper excited for that. So yeah, now you can meet Doug and Russell and my favorite, yep, Kevin, over at Disney's Animal Kingdom. The next thing here is Disney Cruise Line. We're not gonna talk about it too much, but Disney finally announced their newest ship. So are you ready? We've got the Disney Magic, the Disney Dream, the Disney Wonder, the Disney Fantasy. These are the original four. Then they came out with the Disney Wish, which you can sail on right now. Then they announced the Disney Treasure, which opens December of this year. You can totally book it. It opens in a couple of months. Then they came out with the Disney Adventure, which will be sailing in the Asia, Singapore area. Then they announced, the Disney Destiny, which is actually gonna be the sister ship to the Wish and the Treasure. So that makes me wonder, so does that mean the Wish, the Treasure, and the Destiny are all the same ship? They're just kind of got different decorations and themes? So what's the Disney Adventure? Is that its own ship? Is that completely different? Or did they kind of misspeak and all four of them are sister ships? I am highly interested in that because I have been on the Wish, hoping to get on the Treasure very, very soon. So yes, I am so curious about that. But the Disney Destiny will be celebrating heroes and villains. Absolutely love that. If you know anything about me, I am 100% team villain. Always have been, always will be. Sorry, princesses. I love my dark side. Absolutely love Disney villains. So they specifically mentioned the movies Lion King, Hercules, and 101 Dalmatians. So what is that? Scar, Hades, and Cruella de Vil. I'm very curious how they're gonna do this, but the kind of motif here is really adorable. It's actually Minnie Mouse in a cape dressed up like a superhero. So when you hear heroes and villains, I kind of instantly thought Marvel, but it's not Marvel. Even though Minnie kind of looks like a superhero, kind of like she's, you know, Wonder Woman a little bit with her cape. It does seem to be more Disney-based. Like I said, Lion King, Hercules, and 101 Dalmatians, but absolutely love how they're gonna incorporate villains and heroes into the Disney Destiny. So that's super duper cool. But yeah, very curious on the layout. Like I said, because I've been the Wish, and the Wish is so different from the other four ships that it makes me wonder. But I am very excited to learn about the theming and all the stuff that's going to be in the Disney Destiny, because as you guys know, my favorite thing about the Disney Treasure was a haunted mansion bar. So that's pretty exciting, which is probably going to be the sister bar to the Wishes, which is Star Wars, the Sublight Lounge. So is it the Sublight Lounge or was that on the Star Cruiser? I forget, too many Star Wars things, but either way, yes, very excited for the Disney Destiny. So anyway, guys, this is it for my updates video. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm excited for Disney World Summer. Yes, I will be there, absolutely. I'm gonna try to do all the things I mentioned, including the drones over at Disney Springs. And yeah, everyone in my family is super duper excited for Tiana's. We hopefully will get to ride that this summer as well. So yes, let me know in the comments what you think. Have you made dining reservations using the new system? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. But as always, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it useful. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. If the subscribe button is red, please click it, turn it gray, hit the bell icon for notifications. Like this video, pretty please. And share. If you know someone who's headed to Disney World and you think this information would be helpful for them, feel free to share my video. Always let me know what you thought in the comments. And yes, guys, mahalo for watching. Nina out. Bye, guys.